LiveLean Nation, welcome back to another episode of
Hashtag Ask LiveLeanTV.
We had a great show, great questions. Enjoy.
You guys are amazing, bringing it. So many of you on the show today have gotten killer results already. We just want to help you get even further.
All right, enjoy the show. Guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of
Hashtag Ask LiveLeanTV.
Thanks for tuning in for another show. This is episode number 56.
What?
And yeah, we're rolling along here. Kyla's actually out with our neighbors right now. We're a little bit nervous. Not gonna lie.
First time she's been out with someone who's not a grandparent.
Yeah, not blood, like relative.
Yeah.
So we needed to get the episode in. We know they're awesome. They're our neighbors, so we're all good. So let's jump into the show. If you're new to the show, let's just first give you the rundown. This is the episode where we take your questions when you post them on social media and you use the hashtag
Ask LiveLeanTV, not Ask Bruno.
Yeah.
Ask LiveLeanTV.
Yeah, so post them on, you can post them on Twitter, on Snapchat, on Instagram, or on Facebook, and we will get to them. I think this show, it has a lot of Snapchat questions on it, what I just noticed. So
all right, let's get to it.
Let's jump into it. First question from Twitter is from Kate Stewart Baker. Says, any recommendations on keeping your core strong in pregnancy? Did Jess do any planks during pregnancy?
Great question. I actually get a lot of questions about core and abs, specifically with pregnancy, because that's where pregnancy takes place, is in your midsection.
What?
So a lot of women want to know, like, what's the deal? Should I still be doing ab exercises? Should I not? Do I need core strength for labor? A lot of people will tell you that you need to do core exercises in order to be able to push the baby out. It's a little more complicated than that. You do want to have a strong core, but you don't necessarily need to work your core independently during pregnancy. The exercises that give you a strong core are things like squats, lunges, push-ups, etc. Those exercises will give you a strong core. When it comes to ab exercises, I personally say do not do ab work during pregnancy. As soon as I found out I was pregnant, I stopped doing all abdominal, like shortening and lengthening exercises. So no crunches, no sit-ups, even no planks during pregnancy. So this was my specific opinion. I know that there's going to be a lot of differing opinions out there. Other trainers are going to tell you, yes, do planks during pregnancy. I personally think no, and I personally did not do them. And you guys saw, I feel like I had a great pregnancy, great recovery. So what I did worked for me.
So if you guys want to see what Jessica did in her pregnancy, she has a program called what?
LiveLeanPregnancy.com. It's a pretty easy one to remember. Go to LiveLeanPregnancy.com if you want specific guidelines and recommendations on exactly what I did for my awesome pregnancy, and my recovery was great as well. I had no diastasis recti, which is the abdominal separation down the middle, and I really attribute that success to avoiding abdominal work during pregnancy. So to answer your question, don't do it.
Okay, let's move on.
And to keep your core strong, do the exercises in my program. You'll be good. Okay, so Wine Rules says, Ask LiveLeanTV, based on my weight loss goals, I've calculated that my daily calorie intake needs to be 1450 a day. I'm really struggling with mindset and binging. I do well for a couple of days, and then I have a binge one evening and then get back on it the next day. I'm currently reading your book, which is encouraging, but I'm desperate for things to be easier and not so forced nutrition-wise.
All right.
Any advice?
So the book you're referring to is my book, thinkandlivelean.com. It's like that missing piece in our entire product suite. I feel like, and a lot of people picked up the book, they're loving the results. So what I would say to that question is, like you said, you're desperate for things not to be easy and so forced nutrition-wise. So
desperate for things to be easier, not so forced.
Yeah, so the thing I would say is when you're trying to change behavior, so the behaviors that you're doing, it's not going to be easy. Like if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So this is just a mindset shift thing here. Like too many people get into this weight loss or this body transformation game expecting things to be simple and easy, meaning it's just going to happen and they don't have to put a lot of work in.
They want the fastest, simplest, no effort way to get the most amazing results. And we're over here like, really? So you want something for free? Like just...
Yeah, like if everything was that easy, everybody would be walking around with a six-pack.
Yeah.
So this is just that mindset shift thing. Get away from thinking things should be easy to getting into the mindset shift that things are going to be a challenge. It's going to challenge you. Transforming your body is going to be one of the most difficult things in your life. It's the real people out there who are really stuck on their why, really focused in on the why, have got that really emotional connection to the why that are going to get through that struggle in the beginning. And it really is just in the beginning, because once you see those pounds starting to come off, once you start those daily behaviors that are sustainable over the long term, not crashing on calories, not doing 4-hour cardio sessions at the gym. We don't talk about that, but doing things sustainably, you're gonna get past it and you're gonna see the weight come off, and it's gonna be, once again, sustainable. So it's just that first little hill that you gotta get over in the first place. Don't think that you have 100 pounds to lose and that's your goal is 100 pounds. Chunk that bad boy down. I talk about this in the book. Break that, whatever your weight loss goal is, down and just take it day by day, pound by pound, meal by meal. Stop looking at the big goal, break it down into small achievable goals.
Also, I just wanna let you know that 1450 calories a day is very low. So I'm assuming you're an adult and you're, average height, average weight. This is the amount of calories I would have for like a teenager. Someone who's like 14 maybe is on 1400 calories, but a full-grown adult, assuming you are fully developed and you have an active lifestyle, that's probably too low for you. I want you guys all to know that 2000 calories a day is an average amount for an average size adult. So I think
male or female?
Yeah, female, 2,000 calories a day. For males, it's even more, 2,500 and up.
Based on an active lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly.
So my question to you would be, where did you come up with that 1450? So I would say...
This might be for a sedentary lifestyle.
Yeah, so I would say go back, go check out our how many calories do I need in a day video, and I break it down for you. I tell you how to figure out how many calories you need a day, and then I break it down how many of those should be protein, fat, and carbohydrates.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you cut your calories too drastically like this is probably the reason why you're binging.
Yeah.
Because your body is hungry, girlfriend. You are going to eat. When you get hungry enough, you will eat. And then you feel like that's a binge, but honestly, it's just fulfilling your nutrient needs.
Yeah.
So if you were fulfilling your nutrient needs in a steady cadence every day, you wouldn't have to like every third day like freak out and eat everything. You know what I'm saying?
And then the other thing is, like, all of our workout programs have nutrition plans built into them. So we tell you how many calories you need based on that workout program. Yes. So the Live Lean philosophies of eating and working out are, we want you eating more food so you can be building muscle, you can satiate your body, you can have your blood sugar stable so you're not getting these cravings, and you're earning those calories because you're putting in the work in the gym, doing the right types of exercises.
Right.
Okay, so I think you need to
rework these numbers. It doesn't sound right to me.
So get on a program, rework the numbers, focus on the book, the Think and Live Lean book, and get really clear and focused on your why. Why is this important to you? Yeah. And then we can get you past this little hurdle that you're going through right now.
Absolutely. I think if you are actually following the Live Lean way of eating, it doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel, it's, you know what I mean? Like, all of my clients are surprised by how much food I tell them to eat. Yeah. They're like, wow, I actually feel really full. Yeah. Don't even feel like I'm on a diet. That's exactly how we feel. We're not starving. We don't feel the need to binge.
And we fit in little snacks and treats and things here and there.
There's plenty of room for that.
It doesn't affect us because it's built in, like, you got it. Like,
but back in the day, I was starving myself, and then I'd have those binge episodes too, so I get where you're coming from. But that's just the clue that you're not yet doing things right. Mindset
shift, but you're on the right path with the book, so I think we need to get you on a program now as well. So if you need help with that, let us know down in the comments. We'll give you a program, not give you a program, but we'll tell you a program that works best for you.
You might be able to win one somehow, some way, if you stay tuned.
You know what? We'll give you a program. I'm going to give you a program. So,
all right, look at that. You just won one.
So Wine Rules, you better be watching, because I'm not going to reach out to you. You better be watching. Just like all you people who post these questions, you better be watching, because we're taking the time to answer your questions. So in the comments below, I want you to reply, I'm Wine Rules, prove it to me that you're Wine Rules, or send it, and then
send them a snap.
I'm going to give you a program based on your goals, because that's how I roll. It's the surprise and delight here. We're on a mission to help you.
And we want to help you figure this out, because, you getting results is us getting results. So we're in this together, and it's important to us that you actually succeed. And when you're living the Live Lean way, you're not like, you know, going and telling everyone I'm freaking starving because I'm on the Live Lean diet. No, that's not how we roll.
Okay.
We're not starving. Okay. So Sarah Smile says, if you could live in a different state, where would it be and why? How about a different country? And no, Brad, you can't choose Canada.
Ah!
All right. So different state, what would it be?
For me, a different state. Jesus, I love California.
Yeah, he's hooked over here.
To me, nothing comes close to California, I'll be honest. I mean, I know what you're going to answer.
Yeah, New York.
And I think New York would be my answer as well.
I love New York.
I think
with a passion.
Possibly Florida could be for me because I love the warm climate. I know Florida is not as nice of a climate as San Diego or Southern California.
Humid, yeah.
New York would be close. I think I'd throw it at New York.
Yeah, there we go. So New York, and my reason for why I love New York is the energy, guys. I love that there's like a lot of people there, and people go there when they're super ambitious, trying to achieve big things. Like to me, New York City, the lights and the people and the action, it just speaks to me. You know, I just feel the vibes and the energy from it.
Yeah, like
I
both sets of our parents are the same thing. They're like, guys, you work online, you could work from anywhere in the world and it wouldn't affect your income level. Why do you choose the most expensive cities?
In the
it's
world.
Because the energy.
Yeah.
It's because we live up to the level, the passion. We feed off of other people. It's like people go to these places to make it. That energy to us is like intoxicating. Like it's like, let's go, let's grind, let's make this happen, let's reach more people.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why we like to live in expensive cities.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what if we lived in a different country? Guys, for me, it'd probably be Italy. I love Italy so much. I just think it's gorgeous. I've been to several different locations in Italy and I just freaking love it. I also love Greece. Greece is gorgeous to me, to like live on a cliff, like overlooking the blue ocean. Oh, I
think for me, even though I haven't visited these two places yet, would be either New Zealand or Australia. So
wow, sight unseen.
So shout out
just from what you see on the internet.
Just from like what I know about the climate, the people are cool, the style.
That's true. I like that too.
The active
so
lifestyle.
Many great countries. It'd be hard to choose just one.
There you go. Next question.
All right, Lotus XS says, do either or both of you guys count calories every day? I know everyone's different. Just out of interest, how many calories are you eating, and what would be your macro split? And how does that macro split support your current fitness goals? You both are my inspiration.
Let's get this one. Let's answer this one quickly because we talked about this all the time. So currently,
I bet most of you know we don't count calories daily.
Currently, no, we don't count calories differently. But we did count calories daily in the beginning of our journey, and we recommend each and every one of you, if you're still in the beginning of your journey, you haven't got your PhD in nutrition yet, counting calories, counting macros has been a game changer, okay? So
specifically for those of you who are not getting the results you want. Because
we put that work in the beginning, we can now look at a plate of food, we can dish it out, we know pretty close, because we even do little games with each other, like how much do you think this is? We'll look it up in our meal planner software, we'll calculate the calories, and we'll be very close. So that's that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like when I was at a point where I wanted specific results and I wasn't there yet, didn't know how to get there, counting and tracking things was an absolute game changer. And I highly recommend it to everyone. I set up specific calorie and macro plans for clients who coach with me. And I do ask that they measure and track things in the beginning until they get a good sense of how much food is right for them, because usually people are way off. They're either accidentally overeating or accidentally undereating. So if you don't know if you're eating the right amount, you have to do the work.
So if we were shooting for a cover of a magazine, we would then start counting calories for the next week or so to dial it in.
I even said the other day, I was like, you know what, Boo? My booty gain progress is a little bit behind where I want it to be. I think maybe I need to start tracking again to make sure I'm getting enough calories, because I feel like I'm used to eating at a maintenance level that keeps me lean, but it's not giving me the booty gains I want. So I will start, tracking more of my meals just to make sure that I'm up enough.
And then the second part of this question was the macro split.
Well, also, how many calories do we eat daily?
Okay, so mine, I'm right around 2,800 calories.
And for me, around 23, 24, because I'm breastfeeding also, so my metabolism is like fire right now.
And then a macro split, what I would follow, or what I do follow, is 40% protein, 20% carbohydrates, 40% fat. I'm very fat friendly.
And for me, I'm like 50% carbs right now, guys, because I find with breastfeeding, that's really helpful for me. I do about 30% protein and about 20% fat. I'm lower in fats than he is. So those are just our personal preferences and what works better for my metabolism in my current situation.
Okay, next question on Snapchat from Prophet3 says, what are your thoughts on organic agave versus organic honey?
I'm personally not an agave fan. Like, I just never really got into that, and I feel like it's one of those things that's marketed as being a healthy sweetener, but it's really, I'd rather just have like maple syrup.
Yeah, I think agave is higher in fructose as well, which we get so much fructose in the day through eating fruits and everything. And where it stands on the glycemic index, I think it's just honey. To me, I like the taste of honey better as well.
I like honey better too. Yeah.
So that's why we go with, but maple syrup, I'm a Canadian, so maple syrup is my go-to when it comes to that. So I'll add maple syrup to my post-workout shakes, you know, typically post-workout, or if we want to add sweetener to like baked goods.
There's really only 3 sweeteners we have in our household, and I've actually done a specific video on this, best sweeteners for living lean, but it's those 3. It's stevia for a 0-calorie sweetener, and then we have honey and maple syrup, and really nothing else makes the cut. So agave is kind of out, but no specific reason why, other than just we have other preferences that are better. Okay, Aisana Chavaria says, my name is Aisan, and I want to ask, what are the best foods to eat every day for a ripped body? I'm always tempted to eat junk food, but I would love to know what good foods that they have that are healthy for a ripped body.
All right,
I think we have videos on this topic.
I think every one of our videos.
Yeah, actually, I know I did one specifically on the best carbs for living lean. You should check that one out. I've done one on how to get enough protein, where I showed all my favorite protein sources.
If you just,
all of our cookbooks have
If you just go to the search bar in YouTube, or go to LiveLeanTV.com, our website, in the search bar, and you just say best protein foods, or best protein sources, best carb sources, best fat sources. We've done videos on all of those different breakdowns, but to sum it up, it's basically
high protein. You
know, so animal proteins, vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, and you know, healthy fats. So it's, you know, and then you just we limit you know, the junk foods, so the simple carbohydrates, the refined processed foods. You can still have that like on a cheat day, or you can fit it in with little snacks here and there. But if you really want to change your body, and depending on where you start, you know, focus on, you know, getting that protein, healthy fats.
And you know what really comes to mind with this is our Live Lean 20 diet book is like the perfect,
it's a good segue,
like list for you, because we created just the top 20 foods. We narrowed it down to like our 5 favorite proteins, 5 favorite vegetables, you know, 5 of each category, to really simplify it for you. So if you're completely lost and you don't know which foods are going to give you a ripped body, this is like the perfect book for you. But I also want to let you know that the key to getting a ripped body is not just in what types of foods you eat, but how much you're eating as well. Like, portion control is huge when it comes to getting a ripped body. So whether you're eating clean foods or not so clean foods, if you're eating an excess of food, you know, you're in a calorie surplus above and beyond your energy needs, it will be really hard for you to get a ripped body. So make sure that your needs are in check with your portion sizes, and you'll be getting that ripped body.
Okay, next one from Briz Blocks on Snapchat says, hi Brad and Jess, my name is Alyssa and I'm 19 years old and live in France. I'm just starting my journey to live lean, but I have a question about cardio. The thing is that I love running and want to get better at it, run longer and faster. How can I do running and still live lean? Why do I need to change my what do I need to change my diet? How to mix running and cardio at the same time? Thank you for all your advice. That helped me a lot each day and start improving my fitness and English too.
That's awesome.
That's great English.
Yeah, that's really
seriously good. Like, I'm so jelly of all these people from all over the world who English is not their first language, and they're sending me, you know, all these messages.
They apologize for their bad English, and we're like, that's great English. That's really good.
So, okay, answer?
All right, so about fitting running into a live lean lifestyle, you guys know probably from watching us that running is not one of our like preferences, is not a sport that we engage in. We prefer to do short, high intensity type cardio. So when I do run, I do it in sprints instead of like long distance. And I know you do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like Live Lean Sprint is a great program to show you how we like to use running as with a purpose of fat loss. If your purpose for running is just because you enjoy running and you love it and you're doing it for the sheer joy of it, then I wouldn't worry too much about that having a negative effect on your results. You just have to make sure that you're eating enough for your energy needs so that your body's not, you know, metabolizing your own muscle, making it harder for you to stay lean.
And to get the recovery in.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, it sounds like you're looking to go towards marathon training. And marathon training, it's like, it's so funny.
It's intense.
These people are like, I want to do marathon training to get healthier.
Yeah.
It's like you beat the shit out of your body when you do marathon training. Like, it's not a healthy thing to do. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it because it's a goal. It's, you know, it pushes you outside your comfort zone, but it's not a health marker of being healthy. Like, your body is beat to crap after a marathon.
It's high stress.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of stress on your joints, on your cardiovascular system. I mean, your heart has to work.
So the question is, so how can you run and still live lean? So, you know, just have your runs if you enjoy your runs, but also have the recovery and also work in some strength training. So with weights. So, you know, get on a training program that builds in running with it. So, I mean, that's kind of the answer. And then what do you need to do to change your diet?
Eat more.
Seriously, like if you're going to be running that much, you need to fulfill that amount of calorie expenditure that you're doing. So
I would definitely encourage you to work on running, you know, faster instead of longer. I know you said you want to run longer, so if that's what you want to do, go for it. But you know, I just think results wise, you're gonna be happier overall, more satisfied with
short sprints.
The way your body's functioning and recovering. Yeah, with shorter distances, faster.
That's what I would say. Like, try that. Like, if you haven't tried short sprints at all, like, try it.
It's very gratifying to become faster at the same distance.
And you can measure your time, and so it has all the same kind of features to it.
Right.
But your body's not taking as much of a beating over a longer period of time. So.
Yeah. And if you did want to go 26 miles, you could still do 26 miles, but just like run a mile, walk half a mile, run a mile, walk half a mile. You know what I mean? That's what I would do if I was doing a marathon. You're still doing a marathon, but instead of doing that slow,
still beating the hell out of your
awful
body.
pace. I know. I mean, it still is an excessive amount of miles, but I'm just saying, like, you know, you see people doing marathons and they're just like, oh, freaking hating life while they're doing it. Like, you don't have to do it that way. You could do like and then take a break, you know? That would be the way I would do a marathon. Okay, Ivan says, what is your favorite food? I love your vids. What is your favorite player on the Broncos?
Ooh, that's 2 questions.
Yeah, he snuck them in.
Yeah. What is my favorite food?
Yeah.
Well, pizza.
Pizza, obviously.
But I think you may mean like what? Well, maybe you don't. But my favorite
single ingredient.
My favorite food is pizza. But I think if I had to say my favorite like healthy food would be eggs.
Yeah, you do love eggs.
Eggs. What about you?
Cherry pie, bro.
Is it your favorite food?
Oh my God. Why do I love it so much? I don't know, but I freaking can't get over cherry pie.
Okay,
like I had some for my birthday and I just love it.
My favorite player in the Broncos obviously was Peyton Manning, but now it's Emmanuel Sanders, number 10.
And I'll skip the Broncos question because I ain't got no idea who the players are.
All right, guys, 2 more questions. Corinne Demers from Snapchat says, I'm 24 years old, weigh about 160 pounds, not sure body fat percentage. Really want to lean out fast as I was on a very strict diet for competition last year, which did not allow me to eat carbs. When I saw I was losing my hair and missing my cycle and having a hard time concentrating, I decided to quit and started eating good carbs again. I eat fruits and oatmeal. But now I have gained 20 pounds just by adding in a few carbs to my diet. So how can I go back to having that very lean body without cutting carbs? I have no idea how many grams of carbs, fats, proteins I should be having. And this is why I think I'm having a hard time leaning out with my body height and weight. How many calories and macros should I intake? I'm also doing workouts 4 to 5 times a week for about an hour each time and doing mostly circuit training to build muscle and cardio at the same time. So.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, we answered.
So yeah, girl, I'm sorry that you had to go through this experience this way. I find it so unfortunate when people do an extreme diet, end up getting good results from it because it's extreme, but then they have that awful
It's another
backlash.
Fitness competitor fail.
Sad story.
Yeah. And not that I'm saying that you're a failure. I'm just saying the process of doing it has failed you.
Yeah.
It's too strict. Your body took a beating.
Unsustainable.
It's rebelling against you now. So Jessica did a video on reverse dieting. So if you do go really low like that, like you then add in too many calories afterwards, then you're just blown up. So reverse dieting, go check out that video, how to do reverse dieting.
But that talks about how to get your calories right. What I didn't really talk about in that video was if you cut out one macronutrient completely, like absolutely had 0 carbs for a while, how you would reintroduce carbs to your diet. But what I would suggest is right now, just aim for balance. Try to get a balanced amount of proteins, carbs, and fats. So you don't have to have all the carbs, just have some, make sure it fits.
I would say, once again, like we keep saying, the LiveLeanTV.com program that we talked about a couple times, like it's to simplify the diet.
That program's the star of this show.
With still getting in the key nutrients and the food tastes delicious. So you get 20 recipes using only 20 ingredients that only take 20 minutes or less to prepare.
And the carbs in that book are our favorite sources of carbs.
Yeah, and it's a super affordable program. Like we put it, I think it's like $20, like to get all of that. So if you're looking to simplify your diet, that's the ticket right there. Like it gives you everything. It has a meal plan involved, or you can get a meal plan with it as well. So that's what we would say. We would recommend you go there. And we already talked.
Simplify, rebalance yourself.
Yeah, and we
like learn how to eat.
And we already talked about how to calculate your calories and macros in a previous question, so you can go back and find that.
If you did want specific help, we do have coaching, and one of our specialties with coaching is bringing people back from terrible freaking diets. So, if you're at that place where you feel like you have metabolic damage and you don't know how to recover yourself, I would say now is the perfect time for you to invest in a coach, someone who specializes in sustainable living lean, not to toot our own horns, but I feel like our way is the best because we're focused on something that you are going to be able to follow for the rest of your life instead of other coaches who are just going to get you shredded and then not care about your future. You know what I mean? So think sustainability and you can do it. All right, Nair Frati says, I'm 18 years old, lost 30 kgs, a big follower, and you changed my life. That's so cool. I'm really afraid to gain the weight again because in the last month I've gained some weight due to parties and going out with friends. How can I keep having fun with my friends at pubs, etc., and keep my diet on point? Because when I drink alcohol, my friends always tell me to grab a burger with them and such.
Hey, I understand. I've been there.
I have a feeling I know how you're going to answer this one.
So first of all, congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats on taking action on what we talk about, because so many of you guys just watch and you don't take action and it doesn't get you anywhere. So I've been really trying to like bang this message home to you. Like,
but a lot of you guys do.
It's one thing to watch and not do anything. It's a whole other thing to watch and actually take action. And you, my friend, are one of the people that are changing your life. So congrats on that.
And at 18 years old, that's great too.
So, I mean, my answer to you would be, it's one of those things. Like, I have balance in my life. I go out for beers with friends. I have a burger here and there.
Yeah.
It's just
we have a social life.
We have a social life, and that's the great thing about living lean. It's sustainable. It's not like this thing where you have to cut out everything. You don't have to miss doing these things. You can work it in. You just have to do it within balance. Like, so if your homies are calling you up like 3 times a week, 4 times a week, like, let's go get smashed, let's hit on some girls, and like, let's like, afterwards,
and it's like day after day
have
after
McDonald's.
Day.
Like, you're gonna have to just cut that back to once, and you could be fine doing it once because you're 18 years old, so you're still freaking young. I never started this until I was like 25. So, dude, like, you got 7 years until you even get to when I started. So when I was 18, I was doing the same things as you, and I turned out okay, man. So I would just say, do the best you can. Still have fun. You're still young. You'll get there.
Yeah, learn moderation. And I thought the answer I thought you were going to give was watch who your circle of friends is. Because if you guys take a look around your circle of friends.
He's 18.
But it's still never too early to choose who you're hanging out with and who you're influenced by. I really believe this. If you're 18 and you're hanging out with people who are going down the wrong path that you don't like want to see yourself in, join a sports team. Do something healthy, like get a healthier group of friends.
But the players playing,
what?
My teammates playing sports growing up were just
the
as bad. Yeah, I mean, like, this is what I'm saying. You're 18 years old. Like, these are the things you do as an 18-year-old.
These are the years.
It's life experiences. I would not change anything that I did when I was 18 years old.
Yeah, I mean,
so
me neither. We turned out okay. You're going to be fine.
Don't give up on your homies. Like, just moderate it, how much you're going out.
Yeah. One more thing you could do is, when they say, let's go to the pub, you could be like, let's go play a game. You know what I mean? You could throw out suggestions that aren't going to derail your progress. But the other thing is, have a burger. You don't have to eat the entire thing all the time. If you want to moderate your weight, but you don't want to stick to only healthy foods, just have smaller portions of unhealthy foods.
Take the bun off and you're good. Like,
yeah.
Simple.
Or just eat 3/4 of it. You know what I mean? You don't have to finish your plate every single time.
So there you go, everybody. Thank you so much for those questions. I think we had a fun show.
Yeah, thanks so much for your entries and for watching the show and following our advice. It's awesome that so many of you have like taken action and you tell us on this show what kind of amazing results you've gotten. I feel like we've gotten more questions that talk about like, I've lost this many pounds or had this much progress because of you guys, and it just makes us feel so good to hear those things.
So question of the day is, at what age did you start living lean? Put it down in the comments section below. I said I was, I think, like 25-ish. What were you?
Well, was that when you started living lean or you started fitness? Because for me, those were two different things.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So,
for me, I started fitness when I was like 22, but I didn't figure it out.
So new question is, the age you started living lean. So you found our channel and you started following it. What age were you?
But that also means when you stopped fluctuating with your weight and you actually had sustainable results. When did you get to that point?
The question is, what age were you when you started watching our channel? All right, guys, thanks for watching. We love you. Thank you, and keep
living lean.
Living lean. Boy.